Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So today we're going to be doing a install on the Subi, and it's going to be for autocross purposes. The stock rear sway bar is a little small. For all-wheel drive cars, they tend to understeer from the factory. So what people do is they'll increase the rear sway bar size, and then it'll tend to oversteer a little bit more out of the corners a little bit, which is easier to save on an all-wheel drive car. So what we're going to be doing is the 24mm Whiteline rear sway bar upgrade, and it's got the little extra like chassis braces and everything like that. And then I'm going to be upgrading the rear sway bar end links as well, so that I don't have the stock thin ones to snap while I have the bigger bar on there. So let's take a look at the bar and the tools required, and we'll get into this install. Alright, so what we got here is the 24mm adjustable rear sway bar. I'm gonna go ahead and cut it up in this package. Alright, and we got the chassis braces, the greaseless bushings right here, and then the hardware associated with it, some stickers, and the sway bar itself. I'm gonna leave the foam on it for now, that way it doesn't scratch up the bar too bad. We'll open up the rear sway bar end links next. Alright, here's our rear sway bar end links. Got some grease and the hardware associated with it, and some spacers for when you put it inside the control arm. For this install, it's pretty simple. You got a 12mm socket, 14mm socket, 17mm socket, 3/8 ratchet, 17mm wrench, 12mm wrench, and 14mm wrench, and that'll pretty much be able to get you where you need to go for everything. Put up the car on jack stands, and then we're ready to crawl up underneath of it and take out the old stuff. What we're going to be undoing is these two bolts. We're going to be undoing this nut and this nut right here for the sway bar end link. So this one's going to be a 14, and these are 14 as well, and these two are 12s. Once that part's done, repeat on the other side, but I'm gonna go ahead and undo these two 12 first. Alright, moving on to the other side. Here we got the new Whiteline 24mm sway bar and the stock one, and you can tell the big size difference from that. Then we got our greaseless bushings that are actually stiffer than the stock ones were as well. So we'll crawl underneath the car and go ahead and put it up on there. Also, these are the stock end links versus the new ones, and they have spacers that go on these to help it out. Alright, so I got the sway bar up in here. If you don't undo your exhaust, you're gonna have a lot more of a struggle, but I was able to pull it down just enough to get the bar up in there. Got this right here, put it up on the hook and get the bolt started. Alright, so we got that all started. What we're gonna do next is the sway bar end links. Let's get our spacers on there. I'm going to be setting it up in the middle orientation. For the chassis brace, you're going to have to undo this nut right here. And the brace is going to go right here. So we'll put this nut back in. Whiteline provides hardware for the bottom portion of the sway bar mount, and you're going to put a lock washer, then a regular washer, and then through this hole. And then repeat this same step on the other side. Alright, the only step left to do is to put the the stop braces for the sway bar. That way it limits the the left and right motion of the sway bar. And they're just 2 Allens. Let's get them started on both sides. And you just butt it up against the bushing and tighten it down on the top and bottom to make sure that they stay even. Alright, and then do the same thing on the other side. Only step left is to tighten everything up on both sides and take it off the jack stands. Down here, the new hardware for the end link is all 17 now. As soon as I can find my 17mm wrench that I had. Oop, found it, hanging up. When you're working on the sway bar end links, make sure that you tighten down the adjustable portion on the end link once you get everything else tightened down. That way it doesn't change sizes due to the bumps in the road. And then tighten down your bottom ones. For this one, luckily I can use my ratchet. And then after that, you can take it off the jack stands and go take it for a test drive. Don't forget to bolt back up your exhaust if you have that undone. Okay, so we got the new Whiteline sway bar on. So now we got it off the jack stands, and now it's all that's left is the test drive. So let's go for that and see how it does. Alright, it's now time for the test drive. I don't have too many twisties right next to the house, so I got this one road over by the FedEx that I go to. It's got a left and a right, up and down hill, so it's good enough for me for this test. The real test will be when we take it to the next autocross event in the beginning of March, which is in about 2 weeks or so. Only real reason I picked up this rear sway bar is because on the last event, it might have been because of the water, because it was raining. I understeered on one of the runs, but every other run I oversteered when I was reaching the limit, and I just prefer the oversteer a little bit more, especially with these all-wheel drives. You're able to just apply more gas if you start oversteering, so that you can pull yourself back out of the corner. But the understeer, you gotta like let go of the gas and kind of let it do its thing, and keep applying the brakes to be able to start turning. In some situations, you let off the brakes and then you'll start to be able to turn around. But so setting it up more to be able to oversteer versus the understeer, so that we can try to improve our total speed at the autocross. All right, let's see what she does. Seems way more planted. Then again, like I said, I've only understeered once in this one so far during the autocross events. Might be because I have it set up to where I have more tire pressure in the rear than I do in the front, and that's just from my front wheel drive days. That way I can get a little bit less grip in the rear to produce the oversteer. So She's still running pretty good. I enjoy it. It seems like it's got a little bit less body roll. It seems a little bit more planted, so I like that. But realistically, we'll find out when we get to the actual limits of the car, when we get to the next autocross day. And so that's going to be it for today. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys want to see any more installs, let me know what I should do next on either the Subaru or the Soar, and I'll take it into consideration and see what it looks like. All right. If you guys enjoy this type of video and you're not subscribed, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Make sure you like this video and comment down on it if you have any questions or any other suggestions. All right, peace out, guys.